going to start by just drizzling this kind of around the table. It's almost got a honey-like consistency. It's very viscous. And they do give you quite a bit of time to work with this stuff. And what that means is it won't harden up on you like some one-to-one epoxy or something like that. There's a lot of time for you to move it around and get it in. I'd say depending on the temperature, you've got maybe even 45 minutes. And again, this is me trying to get every last little drop out because this stuff is not cheap. Not that I'm complaining, it's worth it. It's another thing these spreaders are good for, by the way. Emptied out, and now you can begin the process of spreading the stuff. Try your best not to put it out to the edges until you've got the entire table covered. Because if you accidentally spread it to the edges and it falls over, it's not the end of the world, but you will be losing product that's, you haven't used yet. It's not necessary. The name of the game with this stuff is to conserve. It's funny, the first time I used this stuff, I was certain the little bit I had mixed was not going to finish whatever I was working on. And I got all the way around the table and I was like, what in the world? Now it is a good idea, however, to leave a little bit next to the edges. And I do that so that whenever I'm ready to finish those edges, there's some there already for me to kind of knock over the edge. Knocked a little over there. That's okay, just look at the table, it's already done. Now, obviously for the edges of the table, depending on what you've done with it, oops, pardon me, whether you've chamfered or rounded over or whatnot, depends on the contour of what you'll need. I generally, honestly, just use my gloved hand, another reason for the gloves, in order to spread the finish out on the sides like this. Now, it's okay if it doesn't look super nice and neat on the edges. Honestly, it's okay if it doesn't look super nice and neat right now. You can see it's all, there's a bunch of tracks around. The reason that's okay is because once this soaks into the grain, soaks into the wood, epoxy, and all that good stuff, then you essentially wipe it off. So, forgive me, I don't have the can in front of me to directly quote Rubio, but I believe it's anywhere from like 20 to 30 minutes or something like that, maybe 15. And you wait that long, and you come back either with a buffing machine or some elbow grease, and you buff out any excess finish, and then you're left with a gorgeous tabletop or whatever it is that you're working on that will stay nice and neat for a long time. Now I'll gently go around the entire table and remove any excess that I can gently with the scraper. What that also does is help make sure that you didn't accidentally miss a spot